hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
It's the after show where we gather to talk about the things that either are left over or the things that we couldn't quite get into the regular show. Jim's with us here. Jim Kinsey over here. We got Tom also with us. Michelle, what'd you guys do, Michelle? Have you locked her up in the closet again?
We drove her off. We drove her off. We figured she didn't know that much about guns. She's not real likable. So, hard to get along with.
That's right. So you have Tom, the human concealed carry experiment, has joined us today.
Yes. Tom, not Michelle Hennig.
That's right. Hello, I'm not Michelle. Running the phones for us today. How'd it go, Tom, on the phones?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I always enjoy it.
Folks treating you right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we got nice callers.
Half the time he's talking about his new holster to him. He's dropping.
They're over there just talking about guns and stuff and going, oh, yeah, hey, over here. We're doing a radio show. Okay.
Just about every conversation starts with, no, Michelle's not here today.
That's okay. We like having you here. We appreciate it. Tell you what, we do have a caller who agreed to hold over, so let's get to that right now. On one, Jonathan's with us out of Wichita, Kansas. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah, I do believe that rights should be restored after sentences are completed.
Okay. We had our last caller said he was 40 years in law enforcement, and he was saying, well, do you want murderers and rapists and everybody, these people to have guns? And my question to him was, well, it's against the law now. How's it working? Are we keeping them from getting guns? He said, well, no. Well,
exactly.
Well, why would we want to keep doing something that's never worked? We are not able to keep criminals from getting guns, period. Whether they are prohibited because they, have a felony conviction or just because, they are criminals and they're going to break the law and they buy guns or get guns illegally. There's never been, Jonathan, have we ever been able to keep bad guys from getting guns?
Well, no, never. People that have intent to do wrong and harm tend to act upon those things, and the only thing people can do is be able to protect themselves and have mechanisms in place that allow us to correct behavior or stop the behavior. And once that's been corrected or we've done that, let's bring people back into society instead of creating a second and a third-class citizen, which, doesn't really have, we need to make more options so people become productive and are safe, law-abiding members of societies instead of shunning them.
It's kind of a scarlet letter thing. You're never going to be able to own a gun the rest of your life. Well, what good's that doing us? I love the example of the guy who called in and said, he was 17, went to a store, his buddy pulls out a stupid toy gun, we're going to rob the place with the toy gun. Whether or not he knew this was going on, it was just stupid. But, 17-year-olds do stupid stuff, but at 17, you're an adult. So you get convicted with adult sentences at that point.
Yes, absolutely. And, you look at kind of the stats, most of these first offenses happen before the age of 25 years old. Mm-hmm. And when you look at a lot of people, up to their 25th birthday, and then you see what they turn out at 40, if they get back on the path, stay on the path, they're almost two different people.
Well, actually, they are two different people, and here's why. They literally are two different people. Men, especially, do not emotionally develop until 25. All the stats, all the research, a male, and that's one of the reasons the insurance companies charge higher rates for male drivers under 25. Yep. They just don't emotionally develop, and you say, well, at 40, you're a different person. Actually, you really are. You're quite a different person. Now, I don't know how that works into this conversation exactly, but I just think this from the standpoint of what works and what doesn't, and doing harm to people who are otherwise good, productive members of society. Somebody's been out there working for 20 years, productive member of society, has a family, contributes in every way, but still is prohibited from owning a gun because of something he did when he was, a teenager. I don't know. The injustice of it bothers me.
Well, yeah, and our society and the values of it, it definitely says that there's some sort of right of redemption. We're taught forgiveness and understanding, And, it's part of a larger thing in our society. We got so much alienation of different people for different reasons. And the best thing to do is, okay, let them, go, but at the same time, keep those doors open. Because as they grow and mature, and that 25, that's kind of a flexible number. I mean, some people, they're in their mid-30s, and then all of a sudden things start to click, and they, start taking care of things. And
the flip side of that is some are rotten at 12, and they're never going to get any better.
Right.
But at the same point, they're not going to obey the law no matter what the law is. If you say, well, you can't own a gun, they go, to heck with that. I'm going to go steal one or buy one off my buddy. And so you're still not doing any good with it.
Well, and those people will find their way back into prison and probably permanently. I mean, that's just what happens. It's a small sector of society, and you're absolutely right. Some of them are just rotten to the core. That's all there is to it.
They just are. Some people are just bad. Hey, Jonathan, thank you for the call. I appreciate that very much. Jim, I know you're itching to jump into the middle of this thing. I could hear you when we're talking. Just like I can hear the wheels grinding, even though they may be rust covered.
Oh, they are. Now, I agree with you, first of all, and I hate to admit that. I agree with you, but I got to play devil's advocate a little bit. Taken from the viewpoint of a victim's family, let's say. This guy's had 3 gun charges. First time he went to jail, get gun charge, you can never have a gun again. Well, he gets out and he gets a gun, he hurts somebody or robs somebody or whatever. He does it again. It's the 3rd time. He gets out a 4th time. He should still, because he's obviously done his time, does that mean he's rehabilitated is my first point. And the second point, what Gene said, right as we cut him off at the end of the call here, not cut him off, as the call ended, he said, you asked, is it doing any good? And he says, no, but why make it easy on him? So,
well, we're not making it easy on them. We're not making it hard on them. There's no effect one way or the other. It's if you're a crook and you want to break the law, it's incredibly easy to get a gun. Sure.
I mean, I guess his point is it's much easier to go to a store and buy a gun if they're not going to check you than it is to try to buy a hot one.
I'm not sure that's true. I don't know that to be true. I guess what I'm saying is there's no benefit, none, to the lifetime prohibition. Society doesn't get a benefit out of it because bad guys are going to continue to be bad, and the good guys are going to be good, but they're not going to be able to have firearms and to protect themselves and their families. Where's the benefit?
Okay, so you would say that there's no classification, like you've done certain crimes don't apply and you'll never get them back, or any crime you do?
None of them. Okay. None of them. Right. I don't care. I don't care if you committed murder. If you serve your time, you get out. It is a constitutional right. Mm-hmm. It should not be a lifetime ban on your constitutional rights, on the one hand. And on the other hand, we've tried it, and it's failed utterly, miserably. People who want to break the law, we're going to break the law, regardless of this law we have prohibiting them from having guns. So the crooks aren't being affected, but the guys who've turned their lives around, or maybe just made a stupid thing and it was a nothing burger, but they still got a felony conviction out of it because they stole something that was $501 in a state where $500 is the limit. Right. That person, there's no benefit to society in telling that person you can never hunt, you can never have a gun, you can't protect your family. Right. Society doesn't win out of that deal either.
All right, I have a ironic take we can discuss after this break. I think you'd get a kick out of it.
You're going to be ironical?
I am. I'm very ironic.
I can hardly wait. We'll be right back.
You use Slip 2000's full line of gun lubricants, including EWL and EWL 30, because you know your guns deserve the best available. It's time to add Slip 2000's Carbon Killer Gun Cleaner. Carbon Killer dissolves carbon and lead on contact, is not toxic, and reusable. Carbon Killer works on all weapons, including handguns, rifles, and machine guns, plus silencers and compensators. Slip 2000. We're all about gun care. Learn more at slip2000.com.
It's really pretty simple. Your carry gun is a life-saving device. It must be with you. That's what the Springfield Armory XDS is all about. Small enough to carry, big enough to shoot comfortably, shockingly slim, single stack, with a 3.3-inch or 4-inch barrel, available in 9, 40, or 45. Highly accurate, great trigger, fiber optic front sight for fast aimed fire. The XDS at springfield-armory.com. That's springfield-armory.com.
Okay, when we last left this mess of a discussion, Tom's over here going, yeah, go get him. No, actually. Tom, you're that guy in the bar that looks over to two guys and says, "Let's you and him fight about it."
Yeah.
And then you sit back and watch it all happen, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Taking bets on it, though.
Exactly. So, Jim, you said you had another take on this.
I just think, like I said, I agree with you on it. I just was trying to give it a different viewpoint because there are different viewpoints. The thing I think is really ironical, let's say this is ironic. You got me doing it now, ironical.
I got
This
you.
is very ironical. You son of a gun. The thing that I find is really ironic is if this was any other topic but firearms, the left would be all over it. Sally did her time. She gets her voting rights back. She should do this. But because it's a firearm, no, we're not going to get involved. It's the same thing with the ACLU and everything else. It's they have double standards.
You know what? Think of this. If you said, okay, if you have a drunk driving conviction, you can never get a driver's license again. People would go crazy, and that's not even a right.
Right. That's privilege, man.
It's a privilege. They would go nuts. It's well, wait, he served his time. He did his 10 days, or paid his fine, or whatever. I don't care. Lifetime. One and done. Well, that's crazy. But somehow, not only have the anti-gunners bought into it, the amazing part to me is that the gun industry, the gun rights area, has somehow bought into this, that, oh, yeah, we want to be on the side of saying bad guys shouldn't have guns. I get that. But the lifetime suspension or prohibition against owning guns with a felony conviction is not a case of keeping the bad guys from having guns. It's a case of keeping people who did a bad thing once from ever having a gun. And I'm also amazed at the people who are on our side who would normally be saying, hey, I am not a supporter of big government and the heavy thumb of government oppression, saying, yeah, but we want the heavy thumb of government oppression on this.
Right.
That's weird.
Well, what about applying it across the board? Okay, if you're a convicted felon, you can never plead the fifth again. You can always have people. You can always have people come into your house unannounced without a warrant and search your
you lose
home.
all the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing that people need to understand is that this whole felony conviction thing, that could be for tax evasion.
Right.
That could be for
White-collar,
white-collar crime. That could be for, anything. I mean, there's just a ton of things that...
Nonviolent, fraud,
and
whatever.
Sometimes it's, what is it? It can actually be something that's actually a misdemeanor in some states, but if it's punishable, possibly punishable by a year or more in jail, that's a prohibition.
Right. Well, it should be across the board.
Yeah, and if somebody turned informant, and they might have people after them, and you're going to tell them they can't defend themselves?
Well, yeah. Or a woman who needs to defend herself against, a stalker or somebody else. Say, yeah, but, remember that shoplifting thing you did back there when you were 19? Yeah, no, you can't have a gun ever. Okay, anyway, that's just my take on it. We don't have to beat that horse anymore. I think it's well and done dead.
So what did you do, Tom, that you're trying to get your gun rights back for? Come on.
It involved lawnmowers.
They said we were dumb in 17 once. I don't know about the once part, but...
Well, I didn't say I was ever not dumb. I just said at 17 I was still dumb. And,
Right, that's kind of open-ended. That's
and
smart.
at 18, and at 19, and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I was lucky. Never, didn't fall into the wrong crowd. Had good parents. Got lucky.
And even then, folks like that can still run into a glitch
all the time. All the time. It's it's like saying, well, anyway, I tell you what, let's just leave that alone. That's a whole different topic. It was interesting. I was going through the whole old school, new school deal, and I kind of figured it would break down the way it did. When it comes to self-defense guns, I want the latest, greatest thing, basically. But I also do not want complex. I want simple that works. The whole single stack 45 versus the double stack 9. I think I may have used the example before of my buddy who says, okay, your family's in there. There are multiple bad guys in the house. You get to go in. You can pick up one of these two guns. One's a 1911 with 8 rounds in it, and one is a Springfield or an M&P that has 18 or 19 rounds of 9 in it. Which gun are you going to pick up?
Right.
Well, you're going to pick up the one with more ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we look at these terrorist attacks, and I know people say, oh, that's just paranoia. Well, you know what? If it only happened once, maybe so, but since it's happening on an absolutely regular basis, there is an excellent chance that if you are in the middle of it, you're going to need more than 6 or 7 rounds. You're going to need everything you got. And for me, that's somewhere between 25 and 50 rounds is what I'm going to be carrying. And I also love, I just got to say, I love the idea of a short AR-15 type gun available in my vehicle.
Ooh, that did sound sweet, the SIG.
That SIG, did that thing sound nice? I mean, come on, if I got 20 or 30 rounds and then 2 or 3 other 20 or 30 round magazines, and I realize that you're thinking, okay, Walter Mitty, blah, 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 all the rest of it, but people find themselves in the middle of this stuff. And it's a bomb going off, or it's 3 bad guys wanting to shoot up a place. It's probably never going to happen when I'm around or when you're around, but it's going to happen when somebody's around. And if that person happened to have the right tool and happened to know how to use it, it could stop the attack. Simple as that.
Yep.
And I guess, to the ones who say, well, why would you ever do? I just want to say, if you have the ability, the skill set, and you're a good shot, and you take self-defense seriously, how could you live with yourself if you said, well, I just decided I wasn't going to go through the drill of carrying one of those in my car, and I wasn't going to carry a big gun, and you're in the middle of that, and you're watching people getting killed because you chose not to be the sheepdog.
Right. Well, and the other side of that, too, is just because you are armed and protected doesn't mean you need to play cop and get engaged either. Every circumstance is on its own. If it involves kids, I think all bets are off. But if it's, there's an exit door and I got my family and there's other people there, I got to try to get them the hell out of there first.
If I've got my family there, yes. If I'm there by myself, my family knows I'm not coming home that day or ever again. They know that. I've laid it out.
Can I have that nice over and under you have with the...
Sure. We'll stick your name on it. That's not a problem. But no, I'm serious. We have had this conversation, and they know that if I'm there and I don't have a family member to protect, I am going to try to stop these assholes. Mm-hmm. And I may get shot by them. I may get shot by the cops. I get that. I understand. I'm going to try not to. But you know what? If I'm throwing rounds back at them and they're concentrating on me and the stopwatch is going, it means that they're not shooting other people while the cops are rolling up. Just,
Can't argue that.
And yes, it's probably stupid and it's probably naive and it's probably fantasy land. But at the same time, as Liam Neeson says, I have a unique skill set. Which is always funny to me. So he's so anti-gun.
Yeah. Unless he's making money off of it.
Unless he's making money off the movie.
Yeah. Speaking of, have you seen American Assassin yet?
Yes.
And?
Saw it yesterday. Have you seen it?
I'm seeing it tonight.
Okay. Well, I'm a Vince Flynn fan, the author of the series. Mm-hmm. And just read American Assassin again. Now, that was the first of the series. There's a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
And they had to change it up a little bit because the first one, and I'm not giving away anything here.
Okay. I'm not listening anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. You never listen to me anyway. In the book, his fiance gets killed on the Pan Am Lockerbie flight.
Okay.
But that was so far back that I'm sure they said, well, nobody's going to actually remember that. It's not going to resonate. So they simply changed it up. And if you've seen the trailer, they changed it up, and it's a terrorist attack on a beach at a resort.
Okay. Haven't, but okay. Cool.
Okay. And then from there, he becomes, it's almost another Jason Bourne kind of thing. And I took my wife, and she is not a real fan of the violent shoot-'em-ups, and she liked the movie.
So it's a suspense shoot-'em-up.
It is a suspense shoot-'em-up, but like I say, it's very much a Jason Bourne. I thought it was done well. And I got to tell you, it's got Michael Keaton, and anything he's in, I'm in on it.
Okay.
He's just that good.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, after the break, they're rolling the music up on us.
They Tom's over there rolling. Yeah, you and Tom. I get it.
Those guys, God, when they do that to us.
They're there again.
When we get back from this break, we can maybe get an update on Tom. And I'm getting a new gun today, by the way. We can talk about that, too.
Oh, the gun of the day.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back for the news.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
All right, we're back. And yeah, we cannot say, even on a podcast, what we were just talking about during the break.
Good once.
Hey, right. Where'd they go? I don't know. They're not here anymore. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so Tom continues the growth pattern here of carrying. How long have you had your permit now?
Oh, man, when did I get that? I think it was back in April.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So talk to us about what's changed. What's going on? How's it different now from when you first started carrying?
Well, let's see. It only took me, 4 or 5 months to actually buy a gun to carry.
What's the hurry?
Yeah, right.
And yesterday, I got a holster.
Da-da-da-da.
You've been wearing on that string around your neck all this time?
It's a good look.
Well, I had gone through jimslendagun.com.
And then did you do the lend a holster thing too?
Of course.
Well, he rented the holster. The gun was free,
the
but he
gun's free,
charged
but the holster's really expensive. Okay, so what do we end up with?
You're never getting that back, Jim, by the way. You know that, right?
I do know.
I've got the Alien Gear Cloak Tuck 3.0.
Nice. Have you worn it?
I have.
Are you wearing it as we speak?
I don't remember.
That's none of his business. Don't tell him.
Good answer. Says
we can turn this into like an advertisement for Alien Gear. It's so comfortable, I can't remember if I'm wearing it or not.
There you go.
Excellent. It's but no, that's a good holster and it is comfortable. I think you're going to like that. And don't forget, it's the tuckable, so you can tuck your shirt into it, which is really nice.
Right. So yeah, I'll wear it around for a little while, get used to it, and then start playing with the adjustments and see how
the adjustable cam.
How I like it, yeah.
One of the things you really need to work on, and I'm serious about this, is with it unloaded and no ammo near you. And it's kind of a pain, but tuck it in, have the belt, have the holster, have the gun, tuck it in, and then work on what the draw is like with a tucked-in shirt. Because you think about, well, yeah, but how am I going? Okay, the way you do it is it's a two-handed deal. One hand in front of the gun, one hand behind the gun, 2 hands on your shirt, and you want to pull that shirt up all the way to your armpit. I mean, way up high, so it's way out of the way, and then hold on. You're shooting right-handed, right?
Right.
With your left hand, it stays on the shirt up there by your collar, by your neck, while you draw one-handed, and then once the gun is out of the holster, now you can release your hand or the shirt from your left hand and marry them up, and then you can extend out. And you want to practice this really slowly and very carefully, because there have been a number of people who have managed to shoot themselves doing this. But you have to clear the garment, and I mean like really rip it up, like I said, to your neckline, and hold that up there while you're coming back down with your right hand and draw it out. Don't be in a hurry. Do this stuff really slowly. And once you've done it like 10 times, you'll go, okay, I'm kind of getting that. The only reason it's a pain is because now you got to reholster and tuck everything back in to do the draw again. But it's absolutely critical. Otherwise, how the heck are you going to get that thing out when your shirt's tucked in around it?
And the other thing, too, wouldn't you, once you pull that shirt up, don't you want to get the gun away from you so when you drop the shirt, it can't snag? It's all like part of similar motion.
Snag on what?
I mean, as you drop it, you pull it out of the holster, but it's still next to your body. You want to get it away from where the shirt's going to fall, no? Or put it at least...
Okay, let's go. When you got the shirt up,
right.
2 hand, you rip the shirt up. Now your left hand stays on the shirt, right?
Right.
Okay, you draw the gun out. It comes out of your holster straight up. You're still holding on to your shirt.
Right.
You drop your right elbow down. Now the muzzle is pointing forward, right?
And that's the stage where it would clear.
That's where you're going to let go of
Gotcha. Okay.
Because right now that gun is up there probably no more than 6 inches from your left hand.
Right.
Okay. I mean, because you want that gun to come way up, as high as you can take it up, straight up, drop your right elbow. That raises the muzzle, and at that point you could drop the shirt and marry your two hands up and come out. So you don't want to, there should be no issue with you dropping the shirt in. Now, when it comes time to reholster, there's a place where you could screw up and have that gun go off if you don't get that shirt all the way out of the way. And so, same deal. You reach over with your left hand, take your time nice and slowly, and practice reholstering. Work, and I'm doing this, and work your shirt up out of the way. Yeah, it's going to expose your belly. Don't worry about it. And then slowly, and if you need to, look with one hand. You look down there and put that gun down. Finger straight.
I can hear your chin moving.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it as I'm doing it.
So are we.
We're all doing it at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff that people they go, I never thought of that. Yeah, well, you're carrying this gun. What is your plan for getting it out of there? The two-hand rip works. After you've done it slowly 10 times, pick up the pace a little bit, just a little bit. After you've done it 50 times, you can practice it faster, but you don't ever need to get to being super fast. It's not a speed draw deal. I mean, when you're that concealed and it's down there tucked in, it's not a speed draw. It'll get there, but just take your time and do this dry fire like crazy. Dry, dry, dry. No, seriously, no ammo in the room.
Okay, makes total sense.
I think you're going to enjoy that holster a lot. Now, are you carrying your 1911?
Yeah, the Kimber Micro.
Yeah, nice package, boy. I tell you, that's sweet. Now, did you get any more? Did you get any more mags?
Nope, that's next on the list. Well, I don't know if that or the gun belt is next on the list.
Belt, well, both.
A tough call. Yeah.
No, you can't carry without a good belt. Okay, you have two mags for that gun now.
I still just have the one right now.
Okay, yeah, you got to go buy another good mag and a mag pouch because you need to be carrying your mag with you at all times, extra mag. It needs to be riding on your belt. So you need a good belt, a mag pouch, at least two mags. I mean, it's a whole system. And people go, I didn't know it was all that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out, too.
Yeah,
but you're making progress. You're going in steps. Not everybody can just dish out the whole package one time and boom, you got it all. It comes in stages for some.
Let me see here. I'm opening the box over here. Oh, look, holsters.
The holster drawer.
Okay. I just got
now the holster dresser.
I just got another mag pouch because I can't stand it. This one holds two 1911 mags. One mag pouch. Hear my leather squeaky.
Could have just got a 38-22. You wouldn't need two 1911s, but don't listen to us. Yeah, I need a mag pouch for a 38-22. You guys can set me up with one of those, please.
Okay. Well, it's.
They said at Brownells they've heard it all, so maybe.
Probably so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I tell you, I do love 1911s. I love the way they carry. I love the way they shoot. And I could be talked into carrying a 1911 with 3 or 4 mags.
Okay.
One in the gun, and the thing is, even with 45, you can have 8+1 in a 1911. Not the little gun that you got, Tom, because it's got a shorter grip. But if you have the full length grip on it, you can go 8+1. So you got 9 rounds there, and then you could actually have a couple of 10-round mags. But I'm not crazy about those. But you could have 2 8-round mags, so 16 plus 9, 27. Is that right? No. Yeah, it is. That's 27 rounds. So if you had 8 and 8 and 9. It's a high math for me because now I can't take my shoes off, and this is really difficult. So,
but if it was a 17-round gun, you could 52 with the same amount of mags.
Well, generally, here's what I do: if it's a 17-round gun, I take 1 mag. For whatever reason, in my feeble brain, I have said my number is something between 25 and 30 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, but the people say, "What if you need 40?" Well.
Yeah, that's your own philosophy coming back at you.
Yeah, well, I'm hosed, I mean, there is a scenario out there where you're hosed.
Right.
Just it was a bad day to get out of bed, I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Old movie lines.
Oh, movie lines.
Never do.
I think, we've talked about this, I think guys communicate in movie lines.
Yeah.
When we get together, we will toss that stuff out like crazy, and it's like you're communicating, like you're talking, but you're not having to actually come up with something. You're just, going back to a movie line.
Right. It's like the known constant. If you're ever in a jam, you can always pull out one of those.
That's right. Just a little outside. Okay.
Big Lebowski line, wasn't it? Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, very good. That's right. That monologue that Sam Elliott did at the end was pretty wonderful, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? I mean, everybody wants to, I'll talk like that guy. Ram trucks.
I just want to buy his mustache and use it as a hairpiece. Because I need that.
No. You do not.
Yeah.
What you need is we're going to get you a subscription or certificate to Sport Clips.
There you go. Go in once a week, whether I need it or not.
Whether you need it or not. That's right. Exactly right.
I'll pass. Thank you.
So Tom, you're still not there. You don't quite have the equipment gear that you need. So you need mag pouch, extra mags, yes, and a belt.
Yes.
Serious belt.
Yes.
What size are you? What size pants do you wear?
With or without the carry?
with the carry.
With the carry, it's about a 32 now.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get you something. You need a belt, man. And you've got that Kimber Micro?
Yeah.
Yeah. See if we can get you some mags.
Ooh.
Yeah, because this is not good. You cannot be carrying a gun with 6. Was it 6+1 in that gun?
7+1.
That's right. You got a 9mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 7+1. So, all right. So you need 9mm micro mags, a belt, and 2 mag pouches.
Now, would you consider carrying a mag where the extended mags that hold more that stick out of the bottom, but you can hold more rounds?
Some do. I'm not a fan. Because when I stick a mag in there, I jam the absolute dog crap out of it.
Right.
Maybe as the backup.
That's what I'm saying, as the backup.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I got to reload, I don't want to jam that thing in and possibly jam the mag in so hard that I break something, which you could do with a mag that's longer than the grip.
Really?
Theoretically.
Okay.
Well, I do possess superhuman strength.
That's what it must be.
That's what it is. Exactly. There's a reason they call me the Hulk. By the way, you know who? Lou Ferrigno is all over the SHOT Show. That guy is such a gun guy.
Yeah. We met him a couple of years back. He was there.
That's right. He was there with us. So, no, he's awesome.
And I wouldn't tell him if he wasn't.
Yeah, right. I mean, the dude is still huge.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
You talk about your weightlifter. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Something else.
Kind of reminds me of the perfect Adonis physiques you and I have, Tom.
Well, or something, yes.
Speaking of my next vision appointment, I'm going... got an optometrist appointment scheduled for Tuesday. I did get a pair of glasses. I went with, the seamless bifocal and the transition lens.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was a couple of years on my old script, so I decided at a gig to run my glasses over, so I had to replace them.
Okay.
For some reason, they don't cover that under their warranty.
Right.
So I went and got new ones, and they're 2 to 3 weeks.
So you got progressive bifocals?
Yeah, progressive bifocals with the transition sun tint ultraviolet thing.
Ooh.
And
they're $600.
Yeah, actually, this was pretty affordable. I'll give a shout out to Stanton Optical. Send me that check.
Right.
So they line me up on a Thursday. I get my appointment, and I've never had this before. It has nothing to do with guns, but I'll find a tie-in. The guy who adjusts your eyes or measures your eyes is doing it remotely from Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, and his machine is A better or B. It's all digitally controlled, and he's got somebody sitting in the room watching to make sure everything's cool. But he can totally control this machine over the web. And I picked up my script. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be close maybe, but it can't be that great. And it was spot on. It was great. It took him 4 days. I'm like, wow, good turnaround, guys.
Robot doctor.
Yeah. And he wasn't an optometrist. His work is checked by an optometrist. Mm-hmm. And then here's my tie-in to shooting, and they are safety lenses, so I can wear them when I'm shooting.
Yes, I think maybe could be that all glasses now have to be safety.
They are, but I still, even with these, I'm going to wear. This sounds silly. I'm going to wear goggles over them only because of the side stuff. You don't have protection from the side of your eyes.
Yes, good point.
Yeah, and you don't want your $600 lenses getting damaged either.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Stanton Optical will send me a new pair.
I figure they're going to get
they'll cover that, right?
Scratched beyond use in 2 years anyway.
Right.
At least mine always do. These plastic lenses just scratch like crazy.
But, I mean, everybody protects the front of their eyes because you expect that's where something's going to hit. But you don't, there's no guarantee.
No, stuff comes in from the side.
Absolutely.
It's like when we're shooting steel, I always tell everybody, look at the steel or turn your back to it, but don't go 90 degrees. Because that's when that little splashback or little piece of a jacket comes back and takes your eye out. So look at the steel or look away from the steel, but no 90 degrees.
Right. It kind of ties into the reason you wear a baseball hat, especially with my hair when I shoot. I wonder why. You're gonna, how many times have you had a cartridge go to?
Hot brass come right down,
right down your shirt, or
it's the whole deal of women with the cleavage thing at the range, and the smart instructors are going, honey, we need to talk because hot brass is a bad thing, and get them a shirt.
That was brass with the BR.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
It was brass.
Brass. Okay.
Get them a shirt that they can button up, or a bandana, or something.
Which doesn't make you a big hit with the other guys at the range, but that's too bad.
No, and it's one thing. Pistol brass is hot, but rifle brass will absolutely scar you.
Yeah, even 22 burns, man.
Yeah, 22 will burn. You ever had one come out and just land on your arm when you're shooting a rifle? Man. Yep. And at first you go, what? Oh, that hurts.
It's like a bee sting.
Yeah. It really is.
Little
but let me tell you, 223, holy cow, that's some hot brass.
Yep.
Yeah, that stuff will do it to you. So, anyway, you'll see some instructors. I know Clint Smith always wears his shirt buttoned at the top button for that very reason.
Sure.
It's kind of like people say, well, that's a weird look. Well, it's born out of practicality. If you had enough go down your shirt, and of course he's got your shirt tucked in, now it's down there trapped, right. And you're doing. It's just unsafe to be doing the hot brass dance on the line with everybody else. You got a loaded gun in your hand.
It's similar to wearing a leather on a motorcycle. Why do you wear leather in 90-degree heat? Well, first of all, I'm not dressing for the ride. I'm dressing for the fall. Second, have you ever been hit by a bee or a hornet at 80 miles an hour? It's in the collarbone. You know about it.
So, no, what you say? I'm not dressing for the ride. I'm dressing for the slide.
There you go. I like that.
Ooh.
Little rhyme scheme.
Trademark, Tom Gresham.
2017. Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm leaving. I'm going.
God, what took you so long? Jeez.
Thought you could drive me out of here 2 years ago.
Are you still here?
Nope.
Nope. I'm gone. Well, I had the trifecta this week on football. My Missouri Tigers lost, my LSU Tigers lost, and now my New Orleans Saints lost. So I got nothing.
Start rooting for the Astros in baseball. They took our great pitcher, Verlander.
Yeah.
Best thing that could have happened to him. Our team sucks. He might get a ring. I'm going
to go watch Major League again.
Another class. So we can throw out more movie quotes at each
That's right. Just a bit outside.
Bob Uecker was great.
Bob Uecker. Holy cow.
Oh, rest his soul.
Yeah, funny guy. God, he's funny. He was one of those Miller Lite All-Stars,
Yeah, he did stuff to your dad, didn't he?
Yeah. Dad said he was
Bubba
just funny. I mean, like just crazy funny all the time.
Yeah.
So just had that gift. There you go. All right, well, Tom, we're going to see if we can get you something to get you cranked up because this piece-by-piece thing is not working. You will not be comfortable not having a good belt. And I want to get you mags and a mag pouch, but we also need to get you someplace where you can start practicing doing reloads.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because if you've not done reloads, you don't know how to do reloads.
Gee, that makes sense.
Gee, what a thought. Huh?
Gee, I wonder where you could practice those, Tom.
One or two places.
Perhaps.
Someplace
not far from where you're sitting right now.
Yeah, someplace that might be very close.
Like if you walked outside the door.
Like if I open the windows, you're going to
open the window.
You're going to hear the LEOs practicing.
That's right. Are the cops are practicing near you right there?
Yeah, every Saturday. Well, not today, but every Saturday we have the local LEOs stop by. And
do you?
Just about every Saturday. It's not religious, but pretty much bet that they're going to be here. And I like it because I've always got cops around. Works for me.
That works, and they've got a place to shoot, so that works out well.
That's right.
Perfect. Just don't let your landlord know, man.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Well, no argument there. All right, you guys have a good week, and Tom, carry on, as we say.
Thanks, Tom.
All right. Be good, guys.
See ya.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.